Well. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Much love to you, whatever you're celebrating or not celebrating today. How are we doing today? What's up, fellas? We're back on PokeMMO. This is technically day one of the Christmas event. I'm counting the launch day, sort of the, 8 p.m. to sort of 4 a.m. grind. That's day zero. The first 8 hours of the event, I think it kind of counts as a good day zero. This is really the first day one, but there are 2 raids out now. So there's the Glaceon raid, which we did yesterday. There's also a Raichu raid over at, I think, Route 10 in Kanto, which is near the power plant, right? So there's 2 new raids out. That's important. By the end, there's going to be 12 raids within the next 10 days or so, 12 raids over 12 days. And then once you get all of them completed, you should end up with, I believe, 12 wishing tags. And then it's pretty commonly theorized that these are going to be used to fight Jirachi and get the Jirachi encounter. So if you want to make sure you get a new legendary encounter in PokeMMO Jirachi, you want to get the wish tags. Okay, so make sure to do all those raids. Next up, I do have some mail to collect. I've been slowly trying to, maybe not even slowly trying to buy mysterious Pokeballs. I almost never make investments this early into the event, but I'm going to be honest, I'm investing in Mysterious Pokeball as soon as possible. I bought a lot of the ones that I've already bought for around 19k, and now they're even cheaper, which I'm happy to do. Mysterious Pokeballs and Mysterious Balls in general in Pokemon's history have proven to be extremely good investments, and I think that they will continue to be. I do think with them not being boostable via the holiday boost, it number one makes them cheaper at the moment, and then number two just makes them less valuable overall. And the other thing to consider is that Mysterious Balls were not as good in official shiny wars of PokeMMO as players expected. So there are a lot of things to factor in. Mysterious Balls are not as good as we expected, I guess, is the best way to put it. But they're still very, very good, is what I would say. And someone said, I didn't double check before, but someone said Mysterious Pokeballs have Munchlax in them. I haven't actually opened any or checked data or opening loots to see if that's true or not. But I did just spend 1 million Pokeyen on Mysterious Balls just now, just by talking about this. So I'm pretty open to spending a fair amount of Pokeyen on these. I'm also going to go ahead and go check my mail and collect all the ones that I have, and then just see how many I have stocked up in my bag that I've already acquired. And I do want to continue to buy these just kind of slowly as they trickle in. There's also going to be from my understanding, I'm guessing a somewhat limited supply, not a totally limited supply, but a somewhat limited supply, since you get them from turning in Swarm Pokemon. Most people are only going to turn in so many Swarm Pokemon. But my Mysterious Balls, let's go see. And I want to show off, I don't know if this is from a mod, bug, or glitch that I have, but all my Mysterious Balls that aren't from this 2024, all the 2023 ones are X'd out. I don't know if this is a common glitch that other people are having. I don't know if it's just become, everyone has that bug. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Thank you. This is apparently a bug that many people are having. Gotcha. Thank you so much. I already have almost 100 Mysterious Pokeballs. So pretty happy with that. Let's look at the Mystic Watch as well. I haven't checked the price on that in a while. I am mostly just going to be shiny hunting today. The goal of today is mostly just to, okay, the price on that is not that, that's good though, it's fine. I'm mostly just going to be shiny hunting today. Just a chill, end of Christmas day, just shiny hunt, talk to chat, see what's happening with the event, what's new, what people are most excited about, etc. So I'm going to be sticking to single encounters mostly over at this spot in Sinnoh that has Sudowoodo, Mr. Mime, Breloom, tons of really insane shinies. And then there's also a chance that I get a third shiny Ponyta single encounter. And if that happens, I might lose my mind a little bit. But you know what? We will save that crash out clip for the crash out if it happens. I'm going to check my two honey trees first, and then we'll head over to the actual single encounter spot, which in my opinion is one of the best, if not probably, in my opinion, the best single encounter shunting spot in PokeMMO. With the holiday boost and dinner status, I'm bringing my shiny rate down tremendously. So right now is a really good time to try to shave off some hours from a single encounter hunt, where normally a single encounter shiny hunt will take you around 100 hours. You should be able to get 300 encounters per hour if you're shunting efficiently with something like a no guard Pokemon, Illuminate. Any ability that ups your wild encounter rate by 10%, you want that, plus you want lures, plus you want, dinner status is nice, but we're not even counting that. So, but if you have lures, plus the plus 10% encounter rate ability, which there are a ton of in the game, things like Illuminate, things like No Guard, things like Arena Trap, all do it. Swarm, for example, for bug types. You usually end up with around 300 encounters per hour if you're hunting efficiently, right? So it's 30,000 shiny rate usually. That's 100 hours for one single encounter shiny usually, right? However, with the current boosts, we can then take 27,000 due to our donator status, right? And then subtract an additional 15%, right? So that's going to be 27,000. I know there's quicker ways to do this, but I'm bad at math. This is just how I know how to do it. So feel free to, do your own calculations. So my shiny rate right now is 1 out of 22,950 without any shiny charms. So that takes a 100-hour hunt on average down to a like 76-hour hunt. That shaves off a tremendous amount of time. Historically, I'm really unlucky on single encounter shinies, so I'm hoping to see some craziness here. Hopefully make up for it during a Christmas event at some point. Yes, absolutely, Hector. Did you notice the 2024 Ultra Balls / Great Balls have a lower shiny chance compared to 2023? Yes, lower being like a worse shiny rate. Yeah, it's actually like really, yeah, absolutely. Let's do Mysterious, Ultra. I think 2024s are 1 out of 4K. Yes, versus like 1 out of 2K or whatever. It's like super fucking crazy, right? Versus Great Balls being 1 out of 6K versus 1 out of 4K in the previous thing, right? Yo, that's a big deal. I was gonna ask, thanks for the update, TJ. Heatran still hasn't been beat yet. I actually talked about this like decently recently. That is very, very fucking cool. When Infernal Cape came out in Old School RuneScape, it wasn't able to be beaten, I think, for a few days, if not like over a week. I don't remember exactly, but the first time Infernal Cape was beaten, it was like a really big deal, and everybody was following along like every single attempt. It was really crazy. Yeah, Heatran is in the game, but no one's gotten it yet. No, I'm so excited to see who is the world's first Heatran, right? Who is the first person to get it? They've never really introduced a piece of content this difficult. I've been asking for that for a super long time, and I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like it's good to have hyperly difficult pieces of content that can't just be instantly completed like that, right? It's super interesting. Pat, go on the GG, look at the Stormy outfit. There's been so much added to the game. Literally, like, my audience is just catching me up on stuff. Stormy outfit? Wait, how do you even find it? Star bodysuit. What? Okay, what is this Vanity? Okay, this looks so troll. What? Gnome child? Fuck, wait, this might be one of the dumbest looking vanities in PokeMMO. And I mean that with love. And I love it. And I love it. Like, that's so insane. That's so crazy, dude. This is such a fantastic question, Despin. Have you begun to set your goals for what you want your 2025 journey to be in game? I have not. 2025 PokeMMO goals is a fantastic idea and definitely something I will start to think about and go over. I think it's a really important topic. I think goal setting in PokeMMO, I always say, is like probably one of the most important things to talk about and one of the most important things to teach people. And like one of the most important things to help people enjoy PokeMMO, right? I always say, like, I think the 3 most impactful videos or important videos to me that I would encourage people to watch are things like top 10 endgame goals in PokeMMO, top 5 post-game goals, and then 63 things to do is the big one. The 63 things to do. You often need the biggest reason I see people quit PokeMMO is because they run out of things to do, or at least they run out of the idea of things to do, if that makes sense. Like they stop having fun. They aren't really motivated to do things, right? And I feel like the more interesting ideas and unique ideas and creative ways you can people thinking about the game is how you get people to enjoy it for longer and longer and longer. I always say Minecraft is like an infinitely playable game, right? But you have to have the skills to like constantly think of new things to build. If you get sick of it or run out of ideas or it gets too stale, you're gonna quit, right? And most people play Minecraft for like 2 weeks every year and then move on. It's the Minecraft phase, right? Very, very common. There's very few people who play very, very consistently long, especially on like the same world, right? I try to be that person to some extent on games. It's not for everybody, which is super fair. But yeah, so 2025 goals, great idea. Will definitely be coming soon. That's an interesting prediction, Asper. The Wishing Stone will be the watch reset thing for Jirachi. Well, we still so we're talking about, we still don't know what Wishing Stone's going to be. I think the wishing tags are really obvious, right? The wishing tags, you're gonna do all 12 raids. I think it's almost guaranteed, like a 90% accuracy. I feel like this is gonna be a Jirachi, right? Only marked with a footprint you can feel it represents that which a Pokemon desires most. Marked with a footprint though is weird, to be fair. I don't know what the footprint means, to be fair, but I feel like it's a pretty high chance that wish tag is going to give us a Jirachi encounter. The footprint comment honestly like kind of leads me astray, but I don't know, I'll have to see. The reason why I don't think Wishing Stone will actually be used as sort of I don't think Jirachi will be a summoning orb Pokemon. I could be wrong. When Rach was talking in my Discord, I believe Rach said that if the Pokemon was Jirachi, it would be permanently keepable, similar to Heatran. I don't think that they want Jirachi to be a summonable. It's not an uber tier legendary, right? Like Darkrai is. Darkrai was put into a summoning orb because it's an uber tier legendary. It's super broken, super strong, right? And they want to be able to add these broken Pokemon in a way that is possible to be added at all, right? It was either add Darkrai via summoning orb or don't add them. That was the two options, right? So it seems like they want Jirachi to be keepable, if I remember correctly, but I could be mistaken. We'll have to see. Yeah, this is from Park, PokeMMO staff member. Rach said on your Discord, Jirachi would be keepable. He's also saying Jirachi would be OU. It's not broken by any means, just annoying. Yeah, I hate Serene Drace Pokemon. Like that. Pokemon like Jirachi, Pokemon like Togekiss. As a Rach did confirm, Jirachi would be permanently keepable. You have to think from the PokeMMO devs perspectives, right? Or from the staff in general, I guess, right? Why would they probably won't be introducing any summoning orb legendaries for a long time, if not a while, right? Like the community hated that Darkrai, not all of it, but I don't even know. I think most people who even enjoyed, I liked it, but I'm thinking that's like the minority. Most people hated it, which is fair, fair opinion. Not everybody expressed it well, but a fair opinion to hold, right? So why release uber legendary Pokemon that need to be put in a summoning orb when they can just release a bunch of weaker Pokemon, weaker legendaries, and have them permanently ownable? If I were the PokeMMO devs, I would just release things like Jirachi, release things like, what's the other good example? Maybe like, I don't even, like, what are like UU or like OU like level legendary Pokemon, right? Stuff like that. The Reggie trio, for example. Like you would just, Reggies. You would just release stuff like that because you wouldn't even want, why put in the extra effort to make something summonable and to be able to add those uber tier legendaries in a unique and interesting way if players hate it anyway, which is fair, so I feel like we'll just see a lot of weaker legendaries added but be permanently ownable, which people might just hard prefer. Okay, yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. I'm not gonna lie, we just kind of got a massive forum post up on the PokeMMO forums. Someone was able to, I don't know how this man did it, but Jay Gaw was able to bait some information, like in a good way, like get information out of Q regarding next year's Christmas event. We're already getting information about next year's possible information, stuff they're looking at, but like, dude, we'll get to it in a sec. This kind of communication is what I've been asking for from the devs forever and ever and ever. Like, hey, what are you possibly planning? What might be on the horizon? What can we look forward to? This may or may not happen. Do not get upset at them if it doesn't happen. That is the quickest way to get them not to do this stuff. But I want to say quickly, thank you to Q for actually talking to us, which he does a fair bit, but it can be frustrating. Thank you. But let's read through this. So this guy's post, Jay Gaw, I believe. New features are not bad. Fantastic people. This is about the new Christmas event. New features are not bad. Fantastic PvP items, awesome new vanities, raids are always a good idea, hoarding is always a good idea, seeking for lost presents is very cool. The event is somehow a good event with the release of a new legendary and maybe Jirachi coming too, but through all of this, what I find as a theme of the Xmas event is elf bots. Xmas event without elf bots is soulless. The leaderboard, the top 50, the boss fights, think of bringing back the old event next year would be a good idea. For those who don't know, elf bot was like, elf bots were essentially a dungeon in PokeMMO, and I do think we're one of the coolest pieces of content in the game for an extremely long time, but we're also pretty time consuming and pretty difficult. But But I honestly don't. But it was like, I don't know why they got rid of. But you could also kind of run them casually for fun as well, in my opinion. Like you could just run them and kind of die and like still get rewards for the most part. If you like, I was not good at these, and I would still like get the first rotation of rewards and have fun and be happy, you know, sort of thing. But like get top 50 in high score or whatever was tough. But this was just a different style of event, and it's really cool to see them do new styles of events. But I always thought that they would move on from elf bots and essentially make it a permanent thing. Like I think a piece of content like elf bots is what we should have as a permanent piece of PVM endgame content, a dungeon style of thing where you essentially enter as a blank slate and you gather resources and like gather PP and gather items and gather buffs and stuff like that over time. It's very, very interesting. It's very like strategically based. I have a lot of videos that show it. But Q responded to this saying, I agree, and I'd like to revisit them next year. In previous years, we have received large amounts of negative feedback due to a lack of casual focused gameplay. I actually think the elf bots are like kind of pretty casual, but a lot of people, I don't know, maybe they obviously did get a lot of feedback. So hence why we began expanding events in that direction. For this year, the Elfbot instance required too much technical attention, so it was scrapped early on. We felt that Heatran was a more important feature to work on. I'm sure this makes Spidget extremely happy, and I didn't feel like asking players to tolerate 3 events with no permanent feature changes was reasonable. Very based. I think stuff like this, I think showing us and telling us their thought process behind the decisions they made throughout this event, as well as possibly for next year, why they didn't do the elf bots this year because it was a technical limitation and like attention and time. This is like everything you can hope for from a dev, and this is just the perfect example of an absolutely fantastic reply and fantastic forum response. So I really just want to say thank you to Q. I want to say thank you to JDaw for making this post and like being pretty, I would say a little harsh, but like pretty like, but like so positive as well. The best way to critique something is like compliment sandwich, right? Compliment, like, so he literally says like, all of this stuff is good, you know, all of this stuff is awesome. Compliment number 1, and then, you know, the critique in the middle, I feel like the event doesn't feel like it has the Christmas spirit. It doesn't really feel like PokeMMO. And then kind of, I don't know if it's not really a compliment sandwich. It's more like compliment first and then critique after. If you just like yell at someone and critique the shit out of them first, and then follow it up with a compliment, that can work as well, but like not as much. If you just critique someone and there's no compliments to be seen and you don't acknowledge any positives or any good, you're almost never going to get through that person. So this is a perfect example of how to have a little bit of conversation like that. So just shout out to both these guys. I think that's pretty crazy. Possible, you know, looking at possible things for next year's event is very, very crazy in my opinion. That's super cool to see. I would love to see Elfbots return in a new light or in a new way or with new rewards, because it was theorized the big reason they stopped doing the Elfbot stuff was also because they ran out of Elfbot typings. The Elfbot typings are limited to all of the typings in PokeMMO, so like water, grass types, etc. We even got fairy elfbot stuff, you know, we even did a Gen 6 typing. So but I would love to see just, I don't know, the same kind of content but with different vanities. I'm so down for that. That was a really cool post to see from Q. Oh, I didn't even realize that the ultra rare of the event was like disclosed. So is it both rods or just the teal star rod? Teal star, both. That's cool. Okay, so you have the red star rod and the teal star rod. So someone asked how to get them. So usually ultra rare vanities like this are only opened up via Santa presents. So if you want to get these, which I don't recommend opening them because it's usually you lose money. But Santa presents. Am I doing something wrong? This presents. It's Santa's presents. There you go. Santa's presents are the way that you can possibly get these, but it's an ultra rare for a reason. You almost always lose money in the long run. I would just wait to see how the market develops as more people open and as more come into the game to see what happens. Someone asked, should you sell mysterious balls? Like, would you sell mysterious balls? It's really up to you. There is no wrong answer. There's technically one like wrong, but even that's like you're doing it for entertainment / fun, right? There's two, I guess 3 total things, 2 technical things you can do with mysterious balls. You can either sell them right now as you're turning in swarm Pokemon and getting mysterious balls. You can sell them right now for really decent like profits right now. Like selling mysterious balls or things actively during an event. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just really good ways to like build capital. If anything, I think new players should just sell stuff during events like this and develop that new capital and look to make investments later in your Pokemon career, right? Once you have more Pokeyen to play with, right? Myself, I'm trying to buy as many mysterious Pokeballs as possible and as many mysterious balls in general as possible because I see them as a fantastic investment down the line. But that's a whole different, you know, a whole different thing. Oh, Ultra Balls. I feel like they're getting pretty cheap. That's kind of interesting. But they're a way different shiny rate. Pokeball is actually the only thing that's the same. Mysterious Pokeballs 2024 are the same shiny rate as 2023's, whereas Ultra Balls and Great Balls both like got not as good. They're one out of 6K versus one out of 4K from the previous year, and Ultra Balls 1 out of 4K versus 1 out of 2K. I wonder if that made the previous year's Mysterious Balls go up in value. That's a terrifying thing to think about. What are Mysterious Great Balls at right now, right? Not really. They're kind of at this. Well, to be fair, I have to check PokeMMO Hub to see like what the chart looks like. I mean, honestly, I'm happy to just buy those. If that's the only one under like 48K, the difference is 40 to 48. It's pretty crazy. I'll pick those up, but there's a lot of crazy market changes happening right now in terms of the Mysterious Ball market is getting totally shaken up, which is interesting. Alrighty, fellas, I will say this has been / was always planned to be just a quick Christmas stream. It was really nice to pop in and see a lot of you guys and say hello during Christmas. I hope you had a nice Christmas or holidays or whatever you're celebrating, or just a good winter day. You know, who cares, right? Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Subscribe for more PokeMMO daily Christmas content as things release and come out. There's a lot of stuff that's very active right now that I'm very excited for. I'm going to keep shiny hunting. I'll get back to swarms coming up very soon, and I will see you guys tomorrow for streams. Have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Peace, Reno. Hey, what's up? Patrouski here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me, and if your name is listed here, that means you went above and beyond and supported the channel financially, which allows me to even be here and have the time to do this. So thank you so very much.